Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. Today we're going to be cooking southern fried chicken and cheese waffles. Yep, you heard it right, cheese waffles. So stay tuned and we'll make it together. So let's have a look at the ingredients. This is for the waffle. Here we've got 225 grams of self-raising flour. I've got 250 millilitres of skim milk. Use whatever milk you've got. I've got about a cup here of red Leicester. Again, if you prefer cheddar, use cheddar. If you like Parmesan, use that. I've got a tablespoon of sunflower oil. I've also got 50 grams of melted butter and 1 egg. So let's just shift that across there. So first off, to our flour, I'm going to add our milk, our sunflower oil, can all go in at once, our butter, 1 egg, and our cheese, like so. It looks like quite a lot of cheese, but this recipe will probably make about 8 to 9 waffles. So there's going to be quite a lot of mixture, and it really will thicken up as soon as I start doing this. And we'll just get that incorporated like so. If you think your mix looks a little bit too thick, you can always add a little bit more milk. It won't matter, but actually you want it to be quite gooey inside, because when these cook, you get that sort of chewy effect on the inside, but the crispiness on the outside, which is lovely. If you don't want to make waffles, you could always use this mix and make pancakes instead. Similarly, if you wanted to make this as a waffle that you were going to eat as a dessert or a breakfast or something like that, just leave the cheese out. You could add a little bit of vanilla extract or some sugar. It'd be absolutely delicious. Okay, so our mix is done. As you see, it is quite thick. I don't know if you can see that. And that's absolutely fine. So let's just put that to one side. I'm going to get rid of this. Next, let's have a look at the chicken. There. Okay. So, what we've got here is 3 chicken breasts, which I'm going to slice in a minute, and we're going to cut that into 4 pieces. I'm having them tonight with the waffles, as you know, but my kids don't always like the waffles. They might want a southern fried chicken burger. So I cut them into smaller bits so that you can fit them into the burger bun. And here we've got 2 cups of self-raising flour, and then I've got a mixture of herbs and spices in here. So I've actually got a tablespoon each of black pepper, white pepper, salt, paprika, dried thyme, dried rosemary, garlic powder, and onion powder. Now, again, if there's anything in there you don't like, you can swap it out. Really, it's personal preference. However you want to season your mix is entirely up to you. You might want to add more of one or leave something out. So I'm just going to add all of that straight into our flour. And just get my gloves on, he says. These things are so fiddly. Never try and put them on if you've got wet hands, it's even worse. Okay, yeah, we're done, I think. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that to one side, we'll mix that in a second. What you're also gonna need is buttermilk. So what we need to do is actually, once we've cut the chicken, is to place it in some buttermilk. It does sort of break down the chicken somewhat. It does make it more tender. We're using breast today because the kids in their burgers don't want bones or what have you, but you could similarly use boneless thighs. But if you were doing this, let's say just on the waffles, you weren't having anything else, you could use bone-in thighs, you could use chicken legs, whatever you have in, just use, but we just prefer the breast. So for the buttermilk, you can buy this in supermarkets, but I've learned that they don't always have it in. As a matter of fact, it's becoming rarer and rarer. So I tend to make my own, and it is dead simple. It's literally a cup of milk, again, whatever milk you have, and then a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. If you don't have that, just use a tablespoon of lemon juice. And what happens is when you incorporate the two, they end up basically, it's almost like it thickens it up and it basically becomes a buttermilk. to that buttermilk, I'm just going to add, because I like hot sauce, and I'm going to add, don't tell anyone else, I'm going to add a little bit of Tabasco in there as well, just a touch. Okay, so for the chicken, just move that out of your way. For the chicken, as I say, I've got 3 of these breasts. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of almost butterfly it, like so, straight down there. I'm going to cut it like that. You could, if you want to, serve it exactly like that. But if you're doing it in burgers, you're going to want to cut that really again, because unless you want it, you don't mind it hanging over the side, so you're going to get sort of pieces like that. I'm going to leave some of them whole, and I'm just going to plonk those straight into that buttermilk, like so. Do it with the second one. Again, straight through, like so. Open it up, straight down there. I'm going to cut another one into smaller chunks, and I'll leave another one whole. And last one, exactly the same, like so, like that. We'll cut that one in half and leave the other one whole. That's it. And basically, we're going to leave that in there for really an hour, ideally an hour, as long as you can leave it. If you wanted to do it the day before, by all means do that, even better. But I tend to leave it for about an hour, and then we will go on to the next stage. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, so the chicken has been in the fridge for about an hour and a half. I got distracted watching the football, my apologies. What we're now going to do is coat it up. So I'm just going to mix up our mix. So you saw all the herbs and spices and what have you we put in there. Excuse the wind, it's suddenly picked up. Let's do that. Grab a piece of the chicken, and all we're going to do, we're just going to coat it first, like so. I'm just going to put it on a rack. I'm going to do this with all of the bits of chicken, and we're going to recoat them. So I'm going to do a double coating. Make sure, you know, you can always add more flour to this if you want to, it's fine. You just want to make sure they get a good coating. So like so. Get it nicely covered. I love like the KFC chicken, like the way they have all those like knobbly bits and stuff hanging off it, and that's what I'm going to try and achieve here, hopefully, fingers crossed. That's it. I've got the deep fat fryer on, and also the waffle machine on. They're heating up nicely. Just getting all that pushed in. Pack it in as much as you can, like so. Another bit. This is the sort of key part to it, really. You know, that the buttermilk is really your binder for this, but actually, as I said earlier, you will find that the chicken will be so much more tender by doing that with it. That's it. Sorry, the flour's going everywhere, I do apologise. And one last bit. That's it. Okay, I think that's it all gone. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we're going to take that first bit of chicken, we're going to re-dip it, and let's give it a good coating. Pack it all in, like so. Next bit, same again. We're going to repeat the process. Trust me, this is a winner. Next bit, I'm going to do all the small bits first, get them out of the way. Pack it all on. So, small bit, yeah. I'll do this and I will come back to you very shortly. Okay, so our chicken is now ready. It's been double dipped. We've got our oil up to temperature. So let's stick this in now. This should take between, I'd say, 8 to 10 minutes. We'll do a couple of pieces first. I don't want to overcrowd it. Nice sizzle. And a smaller piece, and just leave that there. Just take that glove off, and then we're going to do our waffle. And that's nice and hot. Now, for those of you that own one of these, you'll know this. For those of you that don't, if you're thinking of getting one, my advice would be don't overfill it, because that's why I've got a board underneath it, because it just spews out all over the sides. You just want to sort of gently encourage it, because as you put that top down, obviously it runs out of space. That looks pretty good there. And we'll close that lid down. Both of these are going to take between 8 and 10 minutes. I'll come back to you very shortly. Okay, so this has had 8 minutes now. Just going to check on the chicken. It looks pretty good to me. I'm just going to check the temperature just to make sure. Yeah, that's reading fine. Okay, so it's 74 degrees C, which is what we want. Just leave that up there. Let's check on our waffle. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's looking good. Exactly what I want. I can smell the cheese. It smells delicious. Let's just, you know it's done if it comes out. Oh yeah, it does, yeah. So let's put that on there. I'm just serving it with a bit of corn, which actually we did in the air fryer. Get a nice piece of that chicken. Let's put that on there. Don't know if you can see that. Just look how crispy that chicken is. Put a nice piece of the chicken on the top. And then I'm going in, and if you haven't tried this, please try it. It's hot honey. It is amazing. So I'm just going to drizzle it because I like spicy stuff, and that sweetness goes with it so well, just over the top. Similarly, maple syrup works really well too. And let's just give it a go. Oh, I can't wait. I've been looking forward to this. A little bit of the chicken and a little bit of the waffle. Make sure it's not too hot. Oh yeah. That is excellent. Really good. The chicken has got really good crunchiness. I'm pleased we did the double sort of flouring on it. The waffle's great. Taste the cheese. So you've got that sort of, again, the saltiness of the waffle with the sweetness of that honey, but also that chili's just coming through at the end. It is amazing. Guys, that really is cooking good. Trust me. Give it a go at home. You won't be disappointed. Look, as always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching till the very, very end. Please do like and subscribe. Anything you want to see us cook, please do let us know, and we'll see you next time.